What am I gonna dabble in tonight? I'm absolutely nowhere. There's not really much. Just wanted to make sure I keep in touch. But that comet that's coming this way, have you ever thought that it was on a rope or a cable, like the chairlifts? Haven't you ever thought that you don't always have to see something for it to be there? Just like the Earth, the way it goes around the sun. Well, this is one part of the tricylindro. One of the outside universes comes inside ours. It's all planned. That's the way it goes. It's the mechanics. It's science. You just don't know this science yet. That's all. Neither do I. It's my hypothesis. The other thing I was going to talk about that I've left out for a while is, well, I talked to you about the orange. Orange, for some reason, is a very strong color. It's the 5-spirit in full. It's a 7-horse in standard bred, standing for God. The orange, it's the sun. It's for the Son of God in us. Orange, yellow, and green. Isn't that what it is? The Martians are green, the sun is orange, the man is yellow. So for the soul, for the spirit and the soul of the color. The spirit color of the gods is red. So anyways, what I was going to get to is, there was a program I watched called Zeitgeist, and it shows that you can live in this most modern city and it costs absolutely nothing. But we all know that man doesn't stay put. He roams. He always roams. There's always going to have to be, even if there's no laws, there always has to be laws. I mean, if you want to come into that city, well, it's like an amusement park. For everybody that lives there, it's free. They work there. You come in, you got to pay. You want to start a Western life on the outside, the same thing's going to happen. That was really weird. Did you see that? Something crossed right in front of me, and then a water drop just dropped. What I wanted to say now is, in Monopoly, if you want to go around the board the quickest, the average would be to dice 8 on every dice. That would be the average, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, not the roll 12, 12, 12, and 4. See, Monopoly dice also tell a story going around the board just one time. Not only that, but the 1 on the telephone keypad, it never used to have anything, but on the keyboard, it shows the exclamation point. That exclamation point, okay, the jack has a point, and the I is a point. There's a small jack and a small I. All related, same with .com. They each have a value. The dot of the com is a value of 0 org. With the .com, or the digital dot, it becomes automatically the 8. The blue ocean. I was heating up some metal today. It was so funny that the two metals touched, or the rock and the metal touched, and the metal turned blue, like a purple blue. Almost like it was turning into something else. I had a question. What is the waiting list for a child? Well, don't you get it? It's 9 months. It takes 9 months. So that means, what's the waiting list for a woman? 1 year. Well, what does that mean? Well, she's with the child for 9 months and she can't get pregnant for another 3. Not only that, your body has to readapt, let's say 3 months. Everything works out in quarters. 3 months is part of 12. I didn't really come to this video to teach anybody anything. I do know that we do get milk from cows. The cow did jump over the moon. The moon is sometimes yellow, sometimes white. The oats. Something about oats. I don't know what it is, because on one of the cards I studied, she's got oats on her arm. These are all clues. Back to the telephone. ABC. The 2 is ABC, alpha, beta connection. DEF can be to defer of the E world. The F would be for man and for free. Man is free in this world. You go over to the 4. I got it all crumpled up here. You go over to the 4, 2, 3, 4. You have GHI, and GHI would be the God, okay, of the heavens, and the I birth. That would be the number 3. That's the 3 letters that go through the 3, and then you have to make a story out of those letters. So I just added on. I already know what the 1 is in my book, so I just add on these letters and tell a story, always keeping the same story. therefore it seems real, or the hypothesis, okay, the possibilities are greater that maybe it is real or part of the code, or how to decode. I don't know if you ever looked at the star key, but some of the star keys show a line going up and then these two lines. The other one shows a line going across. So this is the east-west, this is the north-south. You get it? East-west, north-south, the cross of Jesus. It's automatic. That's the way it's made. God made it this way. Whatever we're doing, we're not going any further than where we're going until we have something of another thought. And when the thought comes in, it goes into action. Then you do it, what you do with that thought. Then you got number 5, number 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you have the star key, you have the 3. And what happens with that star key, okay, on the phone, it gets replaced, okay? I'm going to see if I can write this. No, I can't. It gets replaced. That star key, what happens, I'm going to show you 2 of them. And you see with the EXO board there? Okay, well that, okay, so the star key will go right in the center of this board. You see it in the center? Okay, now you have to extend it. So you extend it. See, now what you have to do is you got to put numbers in. You put numbers in. Okay, now 1, 5, 9 connects, 3, 5, 7 connect, 4, 5, 8 connect. If you add them up all together and then divide them, okay, the total is 45. Now there's 9 spaces on this board. Okay, the middle number is 5, so the average should be 5, but it's not. In this scenario, okay, the average is the maximum 9. How do I get an average 9 out of this? Do you understand? We go through the 5 spot 3 times. That's what makes up the difference. But on the east-west board, or star, it's this way. It comes out to the same thing. So again, with 7 places used, okay, we get an average of 9. And there is 9 spaces on a dice. We just don't see all the dots on each side all the time. Okay? So, Jupiter, it's got 63 moons. 9 by 7, 63. That's what it comes out to. What is half of 63? No good. Give me half of 63. 31.5. The creation of the Spirit. Oh my God, it just works out that way. Yeah, so I went through that. I'm redoing this. What do we do with our garbage? Do we put it inside a volcano and let it melt and go back into the grounds? Or will there be too much chemical in one area and it'll explode underneath the earth? Or do we shoot it out to the hottest star where it'll burn it up? No, we put it in the ground. Hey, they're sending out rockets there all the time. Hey, this rocket has no men in it. It's going to get dumped. Whoa. The cities are so full in the dumpsters. You know how much cleaner this city would be? Instead of the garbage men picking up garbage and throwing it into their truck, they're cleaning and sweeping the sidewalk so there is no dirt to throw out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ever look at your computer? Turn your computer on. What's the first thing you see in the top left corner? It's a garbage can. It's showing you where it is. Use it. Understand that we are in this solar system of a universe which we are, I'd like to say the word is independent to. Another word I use up, which means you're dependent on it. Okay? Independent to. Okay? And I'm probably going to erase that word because I can't remember it. So there's somewhere that garbage can go. I mean, I love this, guys, but there's more to it. I mean, it's beautiful. In 100 years, we wouldn't even know the difference. It's not in 100 years, but should we look 1,000 years in advance? There's always going to be somebody on the outside. What do we do? You know what? I just say it like this. There were 10 laws that came into the world. For some reason, everybody seems to have a reflection on the laws of Moses. In some way, they seem to be at the top of the list. The same way as in almost every religion, excuse me, not religion, in a lot of Eastern European and North American, Aleph or Aleph or the A is all the same. And I'm quite sure when it comes to the number 5, it'll probably be the same. And I'm quite sure if you look at a keyboard down in Turkey, that their keyboard has the same alignment as we have on our keyboard. And if it doesn't, well, that means there's a double explanation for the number or letter. Of course, there's always a reason. I always have an answer. How can you not have an answer? It's simple. It's this or that. Or you think I'm naked? Are you kidding me? My epidermis never comes out. Not funny, eh? Well, don't worry about it. Just came from the groceries. I bought bananas. They were green. Thought it was a salad with long hairs. Terrible. Green bananas. Do you think I brought them green bananas? They're terrible to eat. Therefore, I'll never go with a Martian girl, right? How sweet it is. You just never know. Don't base anything just on. Just on. What's on? What's the difference? What's on? What else do we have? We have the Monopoly. Did I do the Monopoly to go around the whole board? It's an average of 8. Do you know that you rolled 30, okay, in Monopoly in consecutive turns from the start? 30 takes you right to jail, and 30 is the creation of Zion that takes you into this world. Coincidence? The 30th walk of your Monopoly avatar, your number 5, who ends up at number what at the end? He's nothing. But he returns to the heavens. So he's actually everything. So he don't care about his avatar. He tried his best. He put him back in a box. Okay? You go 30, 3 worlds of Zion. You're in jail. That means you come into the 3 worlds of Zion, which means you're here on earth. Your angel is in heaven, and you're connected to heaven. Thus, and therefore, upon death, you connect to the 3rd world, the Omega, the Alpha, between the correction worlds. Okay, and that is the 30 of the jail, the world we're in right now. So that's the Monopoly board. I'm telling you, I don't care what the game is. I'll find a way to decode it. It doesn't mean I'm going to know what the code is, but whatever I explain out of it is the way I understand it. But who's me? Who am I? I think for some reason, you know what? It's a hypothesis. Can you be wrong with a hypothesis? Who was that guy? Where did the word hypothesis come from? Why is it so big now? Now that my story does have a story with a hypothesis of the story, hypothesis has to be something. Just like Tom and the Lone Ranger. Just like the 00 and the 7. Hypothesis, philosophy. Why is it the mind and psychological things? Because that's how we determine that's who we are. We're psychics. We don't know it. We beat our hearts, we run our liver, we blink our eyes, and we didn't know what we did at all. When someone asked you, what did you do last second? You couldn't tell them anything, but your heart was pumping. Your mouth was probably flapping like a chicken. Your chicken should have everything anyway. Anyways, we're into 13 minutes of gibberish. I still believe, and it's not that I believe, it's deep inside of me, something is coming about to be. When that comet goes by, maybe it's going to bring in some dust, maybe there's going to be a pool, whatever it might be. It's because that's the way the universe is made. Whoever made the universe, it creates the same effect here on Earth. But I just still believe that we're in for, believe it or not, it's like magic. Look, our minds are going to be different. Our kids are going to think different. I mean, it might be protests and keeping us away from the streets and, oh my God, Brazil, Portugal, Middle East. Forget about North America. Quebec, you can smile. You're the luckiest one here. Because by the time anything gets done, it's too late and it's over. Have a good night. You got MrTacpans's here. Zeitgeist is great. Good story. I love it. 7286. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a nice night.